For correct operation of the unit, the following procedure should be followed. All electrical work should be carried out by a qualified professional. The unit should be connected to a suitable power supply as specified in the manual. To begin setup of the unit, first isolate the power supply to the unit before opening the front panel. Remove the battery and holder from the pack and insert the battery into the holder with the writing side visible. Insert the white connector into the holder, taking care not to damage the small black capacitor on the printed circuit board. Close and secure the lid of the unit before restoring the power. After restoring power, the screen will briefly display the software version and then show the language as English. As with all the displays, these can be amended by pressing the enter button and then adjusting by using the up or down arrow buttons. After the selection is made, simply confirm by pressing the enter button again. To carry out the initial setup, scroll through the display menus using the up arrow button. The first display gives a settable password option. This, like many of the features, is optional. However, if you wish to install a password, simply press the enter button and scroll up using the up arrow button. Once you have decided on the number, press enter to confirm. The next option is calibration, which we will cover later in the video. The next screen is flow. This is again optional, but gives the end user the function of inhibiting dosing should the circulation pump be turned off. Initiating this feature will require a qualified professional as it requires an electrical connection. The mains live supply to the circulation pump will need to be run through the terminal block marked flow on the printed circuit board. To initiate the flow function on the display, press enter and then use the up or down buttons to select. Press enter to confirm. Another simpler way of preventing dosing in periods on inactivity would be to simply press the rocker switch on the side of the unit to off. This unit will then go into standby mode. The unit can also be turned off for short periods of time as there is a battery backup which will retain the settings and clock function. The next screen refers to a relay function and will again require a qualified electrical engineer. The relay can be initiated at a time before or after the dosing or as an external alarm should the unit go into an alarm condition. The connections will be made to an internal terminal block marked relay. Moving on, the display shows the unit of measurement. This is defaulted to millilitres as it is more commonly used. However, this can be changed to ounces. Using the up arrow once more takes you to the clock set screen. Press enter and select the current day, enter to confirm, and move to the current hour and then the minute. The last stage of the clock setup gives you the option of a 12 or 24-hour clock. In the 12-hour clock will show 1 to 12 followed by an AM or PM signal. Once this is selected, press the escape button and then enter to save the settings. The unit is now ready to be programmed. Press and hold the program button. The number of programs will flash. Pressing enter will move through the hour and minutes you wish to dose. The next flashing symbol will be a number of dashes. This indicates the day or days you wish to dose. Initially, individual days will be shown, then weekdays, weekdays plus Saturdays, and then finally all 7 days of the week. By pressing the enter button again, the amount to be dosed will be shown. Use the up or down buttons to adjust as required. For the correct chemical dosages, please contact your chemical supplier. The next screen will then allow you to adjust the pump speed and consequently the time of the dose. This time will also be shown on the display. The next screen will allow you to add further programs if necessary by selecting a different program number. When all the programs are installed, press escape and enter to save the changes. The unit will now revert back to its default display and is ready for operation. The screen should now show the current time you have installed. If this is not displayed, then repeat the initial setup process. If this is still not displayed, then the battery may require charging. In this case, leave the unit switched on for a minimum of 12 hours and then repeat the setup procedure. The last step is to ensure that the suction and delivery lines are full of chemical. This is known as priming the line. Simply press and hold the up arrow button and then press again when the chemical has reached the injection point. The unit also has a low level alarm facility which will activate when a low level alarm is connected. This is connected to the internal level terminal block marked level. To enter the calibration mode, press and hold the set button and scroll up to the calibration. Calibration is very important as it ensures accurate dosing. For this process you will need a graduated container of water. Generally 100 millilitres is sufficient. Take a note of how much water is in the container and then insert the suction tube. Press enter to start the calibration. On the screen a clock will then count up. 20 seconds is usually sufficient to give accurate calibration. Press enter to stop the calibration and then the estimated usage appears. Correct this using the up or down arrow buttons and enter to confirm. Then press the escape, then enter to save changes. The suction line can then be inserted into the chemical container. Press enter one more time and the screen will revert to the default display.